Kristen here from the West Slope Library. I hope you're doing well. I'm currently recording this on my phone in my house as we continue to stay home to stay safe in Oregon. I thought I would do a quick little video on how to make masks. Since it's recommended that we all go out with face coverings, I figured this could be really helpful for some folks. I originally got my pattern from the CDC and had to modify it slightly because they suggested elastic ear straps, and I didn't have any at home, and a lot of places are running out, so I modified the CDC's pattern and made my own fabric straps. So I'll kind of walk you through the process. You'll need some fabric. I ordered some from a store that was able to ship to my house, but you could use anything you have laying around if you don't want to order anything. You could use bed sheets, old t-shirts, stuff like that. I bought cotton flannel, so it's extra thick, which will be helpful. Some other materials and tools that I used is my rotary cutter and ruler. Because I'm a quilter, I have these things, but you could use whatever measuring and cutting devices you have. See here, I've just got some regular old scissors on hand. I also used some straight pins, which was helpful. I am not a seamstress, and so pleats are my nemesis. So they were helpful for me when making these masks. I also have my sewing machine and an iron. The sewing machine, though, is not necessary. If you've got an old repair kit with the needle and thread, that'll actually work. It'll just take you a little bit longer. But the most important thing is to make the masks. So I have here my fabric, and I cut two pieces of fabric 10 inches long and 6 inches wide. And I joined the two, so it's pretty side to pretty side. And what I did then is I stitched right there close to the edge on the 6-inch side on both sides. And the reason why I did that is so that when I turn my fabric inside out, I have the pretty pattern, and I have these nice hidden edges, nice little seams, and you could press these down if you want. I'm not going to do that for this, but there's that. And then it's okay to have these sides, the 10-inch sides, be raw, because we're actually going to cover those with fabric straps here in a second. Just like in cooking shows on television, I've prepared these in stages, so not to take up too much of your time. What you're going to do next is add in 2 folds, which will make 3 pleats. Again, not very good at this, so if I can do it, anybody can do it. But once I did a little fold, I added my straight pins, so you can see there, both on the 6-inch side, so you're keeping that long side open. And then what you're going to do is sew straight across, all the way, left to right, right to left, however you sew. This is my first attempt, so you can see how terrible I did at a straight line here, but you know, that's okay. The point is I'm sewing, I'm learning, I'm practicing. This was my second attempt and already improvements. I mean, that's a gorgeous seam allowance, let me tell you. So I kind of feel like every mask I make, I'm gaining practice, which is good. So improving my skills and adding some protective covering, which is awesome. So there is my face covering. And the way it'll work is it'll kind of adapt to my face, which is super great. So that is that. Now, you're going to go back to your original fabric and cut 2 strips that are 24 inches long, 2 inches wide. And the reason why it's very long is because we're making straps, and every head is different shaped, every hair is different, and so the extra long straps will allow folks to tie and modify the mask for what feels comfortable for them. I recommend making a prototype first, seeing what's worked, trimming the edges, and then that way you'll know what length you should be cutting the rest of your material. I'm going to be donating mine, so I'm going to leave mine extra long and just include some instructions on how to tie and then cut so folks can figure out what will work best for them. Then what you're going to do is take your raw fabric here, and you're going to fold in your raw edges to the center. And I did a little ironing so that way it'll help stay folded while I sew. And so here is what that looks like. All the way down, a lot of straps, 24 inches. Okay, now when you go to sew this, you're actually going to fold it one more time in on itself. So there is your thick strap. There's your raw edges that are now folded. And you're just going to enter your sewing machine and sew all the way down right here. So it's extra thick, but it'll seal these two edges. And you're going to sew to about the halfway point. So it should look like this. Then, when you get there, I'm going to use a pretty side. You're going to take the back of your fold and place it on the back of your mask. So it kind of looks like that. And then you're going to fold this over top. So it'll look like that. So you've already sewn this. Now you're placing the strap along the back side of the mask and folding it over that raw edge 10-inch side. And then you're going to just continue to sew all the way down, joining the strap and the mask together. When I get to the ends, I'm going to use my reverse stitch on both sides to add a little extra security where the mask and strap kind of join. And then once I get to the end, I'm just going to continue to fold and continue to sew all the way down. And so that's what I did here. So here's my strap, and then there's my super extra reverse stitch for security, and I just kept sewing all the way, and that covered my raw edges. That's covered the seal. The nice thing about this is pretty thick both at the top and the bottom, so you're going to want to do that process again on the reverse side. But that's nice because when I put this mask on, it'll actually cover my face and create a little seal here. It'll help create a seal at the bottom for extra security. So give me 1 second. I'm going to tie this. And part of the nice thing about the extra long straps, like I said, is that you can adjust. And so here I could tie the right and the left side together behind my ear, or I could tie the tops together behind my head and the bottoms together around my base of my head, or I could do a diagonal tie, which will be the top right and the bottom left, and join those together at the back of my face or back of my head. And so I'm just going to do a quick tie with the tops joining together behind my head. And I'm not going to tie it as tight as I normally would because I want you to be able to hear me, but I would tie this much tighter when I'm going out in public. And now I'm tying the bottom ones together. And so here I got my little seal, which is good. My glasses still fog up because that means I got to tie it a little tighter. And then it's got a seal here at my chin to kind of keep it in place there. And again, I got to work on my tying, but that's my face covering. And so I hope this video was helpful for you. And if you need any help with understanding the changes that are happening around COVID, you can go to the Washington County website, or you can sign up for the Oregon Health Authority's daily email. Both are really helpful. Here at the library, we're still helping you from our homes, so you can call our phone number, and we are answering the phone. And we will also have our Book a Librarian program where you can reach out to us and schedule an appointment and talk to one of us and get one-on-one help accessing our digital resources, our ebooks, our audiobooks, our streaming movies, or, book a time with me and I can help you with your mask making. Hope you are doing well. Take care.